Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Rapid Fate Online, Chapter 41, and this one is titled The Duel Begins. That evening in RFO, you got to see your man in action, grinding his way through various monsters on level 15. The setting for level 15 was something similar to mythical Greek Roman times. There were a few amphitheatres and arenas around, which would be good for dueling or entertaining, but not many people lived on this level. It seemed to be just a level that most people passed through. Cyclops, Minotaurs and Gorgons made up the majority of the field monsters and made it all that more understandable as to why people didn't want to live here. You had to stay close to Butterfly as he farmed these monsters so that you could share a cut of the EXP that he was accumulating, and for all those travelling and grinding you two had done, you had levelled up pretty quickly. You were close to level 40 now, which meant you could change classes soon if you wanted to, and you had your sights set on changing to blacksmith so that you could help Butterfly maintain his equipment. Your attention was drawn back to Butterfly as he took down yet another Cyclops. "How many does that make?" you called out to him as he finished the monsters off. 7 Cyclops, 5 Minotaur and 10 Gorgon, he replied. "Whoa, that's a lot of Gorgon," you mused with a chuckle. "How are you feeling about the duel tomorrow?" "I'll be fine," he said with a smile as he resheathed his sword. "There's not much he could throw at me that I haven't come across before." "Okay, cool," you replied. "If you're happy, then I'm happy." "How's your levelling up going?" he asked, walking over to where you were casually sat on a rock. "Amazing, thanks to you, and also thanks to the level 24 dragon you took on level 12. That thing made my EXP jump through the roof," you laughed. "I've been enjoying riding the bus." Butterfly chuckled softly. "Getting used to the gaming lingo now, are you?" "Oh, totally," you replied emphatically. "I'm boss level now, and this isn't even my final form." He grinned. "You're cute." You gave him a goofy big smile and stood up, dusting the back of your pants off. "So, now what?" You stretched, and then wrapped your arms around his neck, draping yourself down his front as he wrapped his arms around your back. "Are you done for the day? Should we look for a place to have dinner and stay the night?" "Sounds good to me," he replied. "It's relatively cheap living on this level, because no one wants to stay here, but it's nice enough. I think the mythical creatures and odd-looking creatures here scare people away." "Fair enough," you commented with a sweat-dropped look. "I mean, imagine coming across one of those Gorgons every time you stepped outside the city gates." The two of you chatted as you walked back to the wagon, and then headed for the main city to stay the night. As you were travelling in, Butterfly received a message from Anarchy Lord about the duel next day, finalising rules and location. Everything was now set. 6 p.m. game time the following day, you and Butterfly entered the main arena and walked out into the centre of it. Anarchy was there with his hood on, looking very ominous indeed. "A man of your word," he said briskly to Butterfly as you both approached. "Of course," Butterfly replied stiffly. "Now let's finish this, so I can get back to the game and get back to normal." "No, my friend. Let's finish this so you can join me in making this game fantastic, as it was originally intended to be," Anarchy said, pushing his hood off and looking from Butterfly to you. "Dearest Fox Lady," he addressed you directly, "may I suggest that you kindly take a seat in the stadium so that you are out of harm's way for the duel. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you." You scowled at him, but when Butterfly turned and nodded to you, you followed orders. As you turned to head towards the seated area, you heard a loud animalistic bellow and the hair on the back of your neck stood on end. Your head whipped back around in the direction of the noise that it had come from, and Anarchy let out a low, cruel series of manic laughs. "What made that noise?" you asked Butterfly nervously, still looking around for the creature that made such a ghastly sound. From behind Anarchy, a grotesque creature emerged, walking right through the walls of the arena, and you shrieked before stepping in behind Butterfly. "What the hell is that?" you whispered in horror. "That's called a Jotun," Butterfly replied calmly. "A Nordic beast from level 70. "Oh, okay, well that's a good thing that you're level 80 then, huh?" you replied with a nervous chuckle. "But I'm not level 80, he replied curiously. "What? What do you mean you're not level 80? "No, I'm only level 63. People just assume that I'm a higher level than I really am because I'm the top player. I just don't correct them." You paled. Why is this beast down here, though? I thought you were dueling Anarchy. That's a good question, Butterfly replied lowly. I'm sure Anarchy has a reason. He looked up and locked eyes with the very smug-looking rival. Any reason in particular that you've brought a Yotan to the fight? Your man called. This be your opponent for the day, dear Butterfly, Anarchy replied grandly. I agreed to duel you today, Anarchy, not one of your beasts, Butterfly said back sharply. Oh, so you're unwilling to fight a level 70 beast, are you, sir? I thought you were a courageous man. Looks like I win already, he said back, crossing his arms across his chest with a very self-satisfied look on his face. If you are unwilling to fight my Yotan, then I win, and our agreement still stands. No, Butterfly replied firmly. I will defeat your Yotan and prove once and for all that I am the top player, and you will abide by my wishes. Very well, sir. I wish you good luck, Anarchy replied vehemently. You do understand what you're getting yourself in for, do you not? I know very well, thank you, Butterfly replied somewhat curtly. This creature is very fitting as a beast of yours. Oh, why thank you for the compliment, Anarchy laughed. I must say I'm impressed that you picked up that much. Yes, I did choose this beast due to my situation. A chaotic beast that's perceived to have a lot of strength, Butterfly said swiftly, making Anarchy's ego swell. But has a weak intellect, Butterfly finished with a small smirk. Anarchy's expression darkened. If there's one thing I have to say, Tamaki throwing shade has got to be one of my most favourite things in this whole world. Stay tuned for tomorrow, chapter 42, where we see how this duel goes.